everyone, this is Teacher Ryane, and today we're going to have another lesson in conversation English. Okay, so this is American conversation. Very casual, relaxed. Here, we're at a coffee shop or a restaurant getting brunch, which is breakfast and lunch together brunch. So we're going to look at a few things. First, we're going to look at a little bit of grammar, just a little bit. Then I'm going to show you the places where Americans are going to change their speech so they don't sound like an English teacher. They sound like an everyday American, okay? And third, I'm going to read it like normal speed, not too slow like a boring English teacher, but like a normal everyday American. Okay, so first we're going to look at or to or. Okay, so this word or is what we're looking at. But let's start with a little bit of grammar and pronunciation. Now you see the first question is would you like? Would you like? And this is the grammar part. Would you like is the same meaning as do you want. Okay, do you want? So I could say, do you want coffee or tea? But if I want to be more polite, I want to be more respectful or nice to somebody, I can say, would you like coffee or tea? This means I have both coffee and tea. Okay? But if I use would you like, it's more polite, more respectful, and you might hear it in a nice restaurant. Do you want is not rude, it's not rude, but you would hear it in a family. Your mom might say, do you want coffee or tea? Right? Maybe your mom doesn't want to take the time to be super polite and respectful to you. But it's not rude to say, do you want? But for grammar purposes, we could say, do you want? Means the same thing here as would you like. Okay? Also, when we speak, when we say this naturally, would you like, you might hear, would you like, would you? Okay, and I have videos of this. I'll put my video on this specific reduction in the comments below. But would you turns into would ya? Would ya? Would you like? Would you like coffee or tea? Okay. The other thing I want to point out is $2.50. Now there's many ways we can say this. Okay, so I'm gonna also link a video for that too. But $2.50 is the very correct way to say it. I can also say $2.50. Okay, you might hear 2.5, but most likely you'll just hear $2.50. You won't hear $2.50. Okay, so let's look at or. Okay, would you like? So we'll have would ya? Would ya? Would you like coffee or tea? Okay, now listen to this or. Coffee or tea. Okay, now this coffee ends in a vowel, and this or begins in a vowel. And it's really common when a word ends in a vowel and the next word begins in a vowel that we kind of put it together. Coffee or tea. Coffee or tea. Okay? It's not coffee or tea, like an English teacher might say. It's coffee or tea. Would you like coffee or tea? Okay, but remember this is conversation English. So if you're having coffee with President Obama, then the waitress might say, or the waiter might say, hi, would you like coffee or tea? And because they're trying to be very polite, very respectful, they will say every word very clearly. Okay, but in everyday, casual, relaxed situation, you'll hear, would you like coffee or tea? They're still respecting you, okay? But they're not going out of their way to be super clear, okay? And that's okay, that's normal. Okay, the next person says coffee, please. Okay, number 2, regular or decaf? Okay, regular or decaf? Now you kind of hear the here. Coffee or tea? Coffee or tea? Coffee or tea? It's a little more connected. Regular or decaf? Because this ends in an R. I will hear this a little bit more. Regular or decaf? Now what is decaf? We know regular means normal or common, right? But decaf means decaffeinated, and caffeine is the ingredient in coffee that makes you excited, right? It makes you, sometimes if you drink too much, you shake, right? So caffeine is what gives you energy. And if they ask about decaf, it's short for no caffeine, which the word is actually decaffeinated, okay? But nobody wants to say that, so they just say decaf. Regular with cream, but no sugar, please. Okay, now let's see. This is all coffee vocabulary. So what's cream? Cream is like milk, but it has more fat in it. It's like thicker, right? So regular with cream, but no sugar, please. Okay, now they're going to ask another question. Any scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake for you today? Scones, pumpkin bread, coffee cake. These are all sweet desserts that you can have for breakfast. It's perfect. Americans love sugar in their breakfast. If you ever come study in the United States, you will be shocked how much sugar Americans eat for breakfast. Okay, now in this question, we have 3 options, right? We have scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake. Okay, so when I have a question, we're going to talk about the intonation here, or my pronunciation, my voice going up and down. And I have 3 options. Usually, my voice will go up on the second option. So I can say any scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake for you today. Pumpkin bread or coffee cake. And this or, of course, is going to kind of be this sound. Any scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake for you today? No, just the coffee, please. Okay, that will be $2.50. Okay, so this person has successfully ordered coffee with cream and no sugar for $2.50. This is the cheap coffee that you buy at Starbucks. Okay, so you see a lot of questions, regular or decaf, scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake, right? So now I'll read it. I'll read it, and I want you to listen. See if you can hear this. This word is very small, so we will reduce the sound. But why am I teaching you this? Because if you don't know that this changes when I'm speaking relaxed English, then maybe you think there's this thing called coffeeer. Because in your ear, you're listening coffee or tea, and you don't hear coffee or tea, you hear coffeeer. And you're like, what is coffeeer? Okay, so I teach you these things so that when you listen, you already have a structure in your mind, and you're listening, and you can kind of understand where the American accent is changing the word so that it's easier to say. Okay, so that's part of learning a specific accent in a specific area. We would have this across any language. If I want to go learn Italian in Florence or in Rome, I'm going to have to get used to different accents, different kinds of this kind of thing, okay? So now I'm going to read it for you so you can hear what it really sounds like. Here we go. Would you like coffee or tea? Coffee, please. Regular or decaf? Regular with cream, but no sugar, please. Any scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake for you today? No, just the coffee, please. Okay, that will be $2.50. Okay, now I'm going to read it as if I was in Texas. So if you're studying in Texas, you can practice. Here we go. Would you like coffee or tea? Coffee, please. Regular or decaf? Regular with cream, but no sugar, please. Any scones, pumpkin bread, or coffee cake for you today? No, just the coffee. Okay, that'll be $2.50. That'll be. Okay, and you can hear I'm even connecting these two words. That'll be. Okay, so I'm not really pronouncing that W really strong. Okay. So remember that these, in English, we have all these function words. You know, this is a conjunction. It's not, it's important, but it's not the most important word, right? So we usually change it to make it easier to say, a little bit faster. And this is one of the tricks you can learn to help understand the American accent. So if you have any questions, just type them below. And I will try to get back to you. Okay, thanks everybody. Good luck.